Welcome, friends. Welcome, residents of Point Place. Welcome to the cemetery on 117th Street. I am Orbius the priest, your humble servant this night. I welcome you, as I said, to this graveyard. Here where repose so many of those who have gone on before you and I welcome you most especially on this darksome eve of cloud, of rain, of thunder, of evil. I pray, however, to all that is holy, that this night hold not too much of the last. For we here do not wish any ill will, only the merest of scares, if you shall permit me. Prithee forgive me if I frighten you too much. I am so old. I have been tending these gravestones you see here for many, many years. But where are my manners? Not to you. Not to you. I refer rather incorrectly to those who lie buried here on my left and my right. They are not the dead as you suppose in your ignorance. Your ignorance. Your ignorance. Forgive me, my anger is directed more to myself than to you at my misrepresentation of these persons here. They are rather the resident patients, those who reside peacefully in repose. For they are dead only in flesh and are very much alive in spirit. Do you believe in spirits? Do you believe in the afterlife? Oh, it is real. I have seen it. I have seen it in the eyes of those who I have tended on the very doorstep, the threshold of death. Many look up and see nothing. They have a blank stare upon their face. But many, as they expire, have a certain look in their face, more importantly in their eyes, that tells you they see no ordinary sights, but those of the next, of the everlasting. Here in this cemetery, we try to remember those and what they have seen. The righteous, the sanctified, the redeemed of God. But I would be mistaken, if not sinfully untruthful, if I told you that all who lie here died righteous in their souls before God. Indeed, some who lie here did not see the blessed realm as they expired. In life, they lived not for that which is good, and without too much disrespect on those who sleep eternally here, I may advance in saying that they did in their lifetime by right of persons much that was not good, but nefarious. And so those some who sleep here eternally too, sleep not peacefully, but in constant and unending turmoil. Thus you guess correctly, stranger, that I, Orbius the priest, am not only here to comfort those souls in eternal bliss, but also to hopefully in my pains alleviate some of the torment of those who lie not in peace, but in eternal perturbation. But where are my manners? Come in, come. Do not be frightened by these eerie lamps you see. They merely light the way for you to come hither. Think of them akin to the angels who guide the souls of those who have left recently their bodies and are ascending or descending. Come hither, come along the pathway. Mind the fence, mind the fence, and mind most especially the graves. Yes, do not touch the headstones or the markers that lie here on the ground. Respect them, and those spirits that lie beneath and below shall respect you. Indeed they will, indeed they will. But come hither, come. Yes, you see many here, many gravestones lie by as you come here. Allow me to part the gateway and bid you enter the cemetery of G.M. Danielson. Welcome, residents of Point Place. Welcome. The epithet so mentioned for this cemetery belongs to no ordinary person, no ordinary resident of this place. It belongs to one G.M. Danielson, Count G.M. Danielson, a vampire of some significance, some infamy of long ago. He now lives here, I should say, in death, remembering his former life. A vampire, Nosferatu, of that undead race that sucked the blood in the night. I unearthed his residence, a coffin you see here plainly inscribed with his surname, long ago. I unearthed it, as I say, and I was remiss for what to do with it. Long I let it sit, and long I tended it. And I suppose one could say that I suffered from that syndrome found in Pandora of the old Greek legend that says she opened the box and let all evil out. Well, I merely let out this vampire, Count Danielson. And my choice, unlike Pandora's, was not wrong. For this vampire is a very strange, very strange, and yet I found amiable sort, as I shall prove to you now by removing the lid of the coffin once more, as I do so now, annually around this time of year, and introducing you to our resident vampire. Come, G.M. Danielson. Come forth, Count Danielson. Greet our guests who have paused by this cemetery which bears your name. Yes, friends, here he comes. Here he comes. Give him a moment to awaken, friends. While he does, let me relate to you exactly why he is, as I said earlier, an amiable sort of Nosferatu. That is the Latin term for vampire, of course. I became aware that Count Danielson not only partook of that most quintessential pastime of his race, the sucking of blood from living beings, specifically women, specifically among those buxom women, it so seems, that was Count Danielson's particular taste, we should say, for which he now does penance in this cemetery. I must add that he also had a habit of storytelling, it seems, in his life before his renewed life began in death. Count Danielson, friends, was somewhat of a master storyteller of long ago, and of course upon learning this, I regaled him to tell me a story. in no short way that he prove this claim to me. And friends, friends, I was not disappointed. Count Danielson, I was just relating to these people here, these goodly souls visiting here near Halloween tide, about your vast ability as a storyteller. I was also telling them about this skeleton that they saw on the way here. There are 2 skeletons indeed, actually. And the mold, the fetor, the webs that lie encaked upon the bones tell only but little lately of the story, the great tragedy of their lives. As such, would I presume upon you too much to beg of you a story? Oh, no. No, not for myself, but for the guests, the visitors here. Ah, thank you. What story did I have in mind? Well, just merely this. The story of another skeleton, another person interred, lately chained, whose soul fled from his bones long ago below a certain street that ran in front of a certain palazzo, the palazzo of the great Montresors of Italy. The story I beg of you, Count? Why, it is merely Edgar Allan Poe's The Cask of Amontillado. Ah, you indulge me and our guest with such kindness. Sit, friends, or come hither and find refreshment while G.M. Danielson regales you with Edgar Allan Poe's tale of another